This lecture aims at clarifying the meaning of a few related yet different terms you will surely encounter while reading about data cleaning and pre-processing in Python. To begin with, you must be able to differentiate between a file and a file object. A file is an item that can be created, modified, and stored by a user or an operating system. In Python, a file can be text or binary. In this course, we will work with text files only. So when we say file, we do mean some sort of a text file. A file object is a Python object that contains data imported from a file. In general, we have files stored on our computer. To work with them in our programs, we have to import and convert them into file objects first. Once the given information has been stored as a file object, we will be able to modify that object as we like, depending on the circumstances. The same concept applies throughout the course. Apparently, we will be importing text files into Python as file objects. We will then manipulate these objects while cleaning, pre-processing, and analyzing data. That said, let's move on to the next pair of terms that people often confuse. What is the difference between reading and parsing a text file? The goal of reading a file is simply transferring its text, that is, its content, into the computer's memory. When working in Python, this will primarily be your working memory, or RAM memory. Once the process of reading the file has been completed, you will have your data stored into a Python file object. Then, parsing, or more formally, syntactic analysis, is about trying to understand the purpose of this Python object. A classical analogy from real life to the use of these two terms would be the following. Photocopying an image with a machine can be considered reading that image. Then, a person looking at the photocopied image and trying to understand what's in it, as well as assign meaning to its different segments, is actually parsing that image. Talking Python, merely importing or loading a text file into a Python data structure such as a series or a data frame is reading. Then, specifying how this transfer can be done, for instance by specifying an index of this structure, is parsing. In practice, reading and parsing are terms that are frequently mentioned while working with certain Python modules. A primary example of such a module is pandas, since we will usually be aiming at storing the data from our text files in series or data frame objects. As you gain more practice, you will more easily distinguish between how these terms are being used. For the moment, the key points to remember is that file and file object are two related yet different terms, while reading and parsing are two separate activities. Catch you later, and thanks for watching.